Well, surprise to meet this gentleman here, and I sort of apologise before I start here, Darren Beadman. I feel like a kid in a lolly shop, really, meeting someone of your stature at Trentham. But I believe it's not the first time you've actually been to Trentham. No. Good afternoon to you and welcome to New Zealand.
Yeah, good afternoon. Great to be here at windy Wellington.
Yes, you got that right. It's windy in Palmerston.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's great to be here at Wellington. I came over here, I think it was about the mid-90s I came to ride here. I was in the Wellington Cup, and to tell you the truth, I can't remember whether I rode a winner on the day. Got some great memories of New Zealand racing.
You've certainly been blessed in life, blessed with ability. You meet people like me, and I see you every day of my life, to be honest. You wouldn't have a clue who I am. And I was just thinking, I wonder where we talk about it. And I was thinking last Saturday must have been a real reflection of Darren Beadman. And just hear me out, because last weekend, of course, our own James McDonald created an Australasian record by surpassing the GOAT Damien Oliver's record, I think 128 Group 1 wins. You had 85 yourself, so you're really familiar with that sort of territory. And then I saw Hugh Bowman win a Hong Kong derby, and I thought, yes, Darren Beadman's done that before, and he's had a lifetime in Hong Kong as well, and ups and downs of racing in Hong Kong, everything happened. And then, of course, it was almost the trifecta. It was Golden Slipper Day, and I think as a Canberra boy, your first Group 1 might have been a slipper or close to it in Sydney, trying to break through. So you must have been on the couch last weekend thinking, I can relate to all of this.
Yes, exactly. A great day's racing in Sydney, 5 Group 1s. It's just gone ahead leaps and bounds, Sydney racing on Golden Slipper Day. And the Golden Slipper was my first Group 1 ride in a Group 1 race. And actually I strapped the horse. I used to look after him every morning, Inspired, and I rode him in all these lead-up races, and my boss Theo Green gave me the ride in the race. I was still only an apprentice, and to win a Golden Slipper at 19, it was a big thrill.
And I think that's a funny thing, Darren. You probably at 19 didn't really think too much of it. You were brave and bravado, but the older we get, I think the more we think, well, I might have been pretty good back then.
Yeah, no, you sort of take things for granted, just think, how easy is this? Yes. But as you go through life and, 40 years in racing, you realise how hard it is to win those races. And, it was a massive thrill, and it sort of launched my career. Not long after that, I went to France for 9 months and rode a 2-year-old race over there. It's equivalent to the Golden Slipper, the Pre-Morny. So, it really sort of put me on the map, which was great.
For sure. Are you sort of a reflector of your life now, or do you just sort of take as it comes and prepared to fish or golf or play bowls? I don't even know what you do actually outside of racing.
No, I don't do. I do a little bit of fishing down the coast, south of Sydney. Got a place down there, and we go fishing there with the family. And you don't get a lot of time to play golf in racing. I work for Chris now, and I've been there for 6 months, and it's a massive operation and great operation to work for. Chris, I was talking to him this morning. He said, I've never won a Group 1. I said, well, hopefully we'll bring home the trophy for you today.
New Zealand,
yeah.
Sure. I'm just thinking about that. I mean, because good people attract good people. Obviously, you talk about, now with Chris Waller, but you're with Godolphin, you're with James Cummings, you were with John O'Shea. You've been around some pretty serious places and people basically since you're out of the saddle.
Yes, yeah. You surround yourself with good people, and it's and the horse flesh that Chris has got at present, with Autumn Glow and Autumn Boy, and he's got a couple of really nice. He's got Hope A wins in today at Rose Hill, so we've got some really, really nice cattle to work with, and just makes life that much more enjoyable.
Nice work. As I said, I'm not quite sure where this interview's going, but I want to talk about you as a Christian. And that was quite dramatic. I sort of remember at the time, I think my old mate Bart Cummings might have said, when you said you're going away on a 2-year sabbatical, do you want a second opinion? Which you probably had a big laugh about. I don't know how you took it, but did that originate because you had a daughter who sort of at her stage was having hearing and speech difficulties?
Yes. Oh, well, when she was first born, she was born with a lot of problems. She was born with cleft lip, cleft palate. She was born deaf. She had hydrocephalus. And I wasn't sort of brought up in a church home, and I just said to my wife one day, I said, when I went at the children's hospital, I said, look, I really feel like I need to go in and pray. And she said, well, go in and pray. So I went into the chapel and prayed, and one thing led from after that, the doors just kept opening up, and just had an open heart, and that's how I become a Christian, and things have gone on from strength to strength from there.
When you were training to be a pastor, was it what you expected? What was that life like?
Yeah, no, very completely the other side of the fence.
Yes.
Going to, I was obviously studying the Bible in Bible college, and going out to, churches and schools and jails, and had a soup kitchen down at Redfern, and so really seen another side to life and people in need and humanity, and took a lot out of that 2 years and been able to carry it through for the rest of my life.
I'm really interested in this because you talk about seeing another side to life. It's really important in this game.
It is, and it's surprising the doors they open up. Like people, they're quite private about their faith, and strappers, barrier attendants, clerk of the courses, jockeys. Just recently, a few jocks have approached me about faith and about their faith, and there's people out there that are wanting help and searching and wanting confirmation, and hopefully you're able to sow a seed and help them, and there's more to life than just getting on a horse and going around a racetrack.
That's awesome. You are a great role model. I was just going to say, you've still got the passion of racing, like we're getting older in age, and I'll put us both in that sort of category. But once it's in your DNA, it's really hard to get out. I mean, here's you. I imagine you could have retired 20 years ago and lived on a beach somewhere.
Yes, yeah. I had my fall in 2012 in Hong Kong, and sometimes your decisions in life, are made for you. And obviously my career had sort of finished up in Hong Kong when I had the brain injury, and but I still wanted to keep involved in racing. Horses have been a part of my life since I could walk, and I love the game and love the industry, love the sport, and love the people in it, and so keeping active. They say an idle mind is a devil's playground. Nice. So I've got to keep busy.
I don't want to pry too much on there, but you're very open about your brain injury. How has it affected you?
For the first 5-6 years, the first 2 years it wasn't touch and go, but I knew I just wasn't right. What it was called diffuse axonal injury, which is it's like a micro bleeds all over my brain, and nerves were damaged, and they just took time. I still know I'm not what I was, but I just try and work on the strengths.
I knew I could talk to you all day. Just quickly, because we're interested in your life and you've been really open with us. But how's the family? I think Mitch was a jockey, wasn't he?
Yeah,
You've got
Mitch.
2 girls. What are they all up to?
Yeah, no, they're all growing up. They're all 35, 36, and a couple of granddaughters. And Kim, she's doing really well. My wife, she's a clinical psychologist, and life's good, and they're busy. And Mitch is doing some journalism, and life's great.
As a granddad, are you granddad or Dazza? Well, what, have you got a name? What's going on?
Pops.
You like Pops?
Pops will do.
How do you enjoy that? Is that like being a parent again?
It's great because you can hand them back. But you seem to sort of, when you're young and you've got a family, you tend to be busy, but a little bit more time to sort of spend some quality time with them, and it's a whole different feeling being a grandparent.
Absolutely. Just to wind up, and it's not a political broadcast, and I do appreciate your time, but what's your assessment of New Zealand racing at the moment? How do you find us across the Tasman?
Well, you've still got some. I believe it's on the improve, which is a good thing. You're still producing good horses. Like we've got a Hope A Wins. She's running over there in Australia today. Still producing great horses. But it's, there's so much on offer now, for the younger generation coming through, and you've just got to try and work out where you can be effective in the community, in the nation.
And just lastly, if I said you had the day off tomorrow, what would you likely do? Go fishing, go to church, be a granddad, or study the form, or tell Chris Waller that we can celebrate hopefully today's Group 1, the first one in New Zealand? What would it be?
Hopefully I can bring home the Group 1 trophy for him. I think he's won a Group 2 here and a Group 3. Admittedly, he'd probably only been training here for 3 or 4 years when he moved to Australia, and He's so be nice to take home a Group 1 for him.
Do you call him a mate?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he's a friend.
Yeah,
really. Yeah, he's really. Chris came over to Australia back in the late '90s, early 2000, and that's when I was, right. And I used to write a lot for him. So we've formed a friendship for the last 25, 30 years. So it's great working with a person that is as kind and caring as he is.
It's incredible. A man of your stature, you sort of lead on every word you say. You say it with conviction. We think, well, that's pretty cool because Chris is really one of us. He's definitely a Kiwi.
Yeah, no, he's a Kiwi through and through. Great to be around.
Great to have you in Wellington in New Zealand. It's not that windy, mate, to be honest. It's actually quite beautiful and the sun's coming out. Do you want to see? You can take that home with you if you like, but great to catch up.
Good. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Cheers.